and we're live. Let's go. Stream بدأ يا بسام. Fields remain at peak. Therefore, let's continue the ride. A breeze enters the damp room. Two sets of footsteps. دخلت الستريم ولا ما دخلتش الستريم بس ايه؟
توني دخلت وكان جاي نوتيفيكيشن. اوه حشرات. نبدأ بحشرات.
ايوه نبدأ من انا اقول لك fields remain at peak. Two sets of footsteps come from the open door. One is hurried and stumbling while the other sounds like it's being pulled along. There is a thud. The noise echoes through the dark, hidden room. كان الحثالة ده. Shinji Mato pushes the other person here, roughly dragged into the room. Something is slithering and squirming on the floor. Shinji Mato knows what they are. They are the mysterious, vile creatures that his grandfather Matozokin has been breeding. Shinji pushes someone into the room full of them. He speaks from atop the stairs. The chamber is full of creatures masked. The moment any normal person steps foot into this room, they would be overcome by terror. But this person is an exception. The things shy away from the figure who just entered. Are they afraid or just sick of its presence? The unseen monsters refuse to approach. They writhe and tremble in the perimeter around the figure. The presence reacts to Shinji's voice. It creaks and scratches. The darkness billows and rolls as if eager to carry out the order. يا أخي كان حثالة.
عادك تقول.
أنا مستني اللحظة اللي أنت بتموت فيها ميتة بايسة يا معفن. There is no answer. Only the ear-grating chittering of the bugs fills the room. Then you're the one who will have to fight him, Shinji finishes. The figure trembles. It can't do that. The old man whom Shinji calls his teacher won't allow it. But the figure knows that Shinji doesn't always follow his teacher's directions. Right now he's filled with hatred for Emi Shiro. His mind has long since lost any patience for rejection. The old man is keeping him away from the conflict for his own safety, but to Shinji it is an unacceptable humiliation. After a long silence, a change occurs in the room. Another figure appears in a flash of light. The creature's presence is driven from the room by her appearance. Even these vermin of low intelligence know to fear her enormous monstrous aura. Her body is slender and supple, her hair long enough to reach the floor. Clad in a single black garment, she is the servant rider.
今一度聞きましょう。シンジ、私を刺激するのは自らの身を守るためだけですね。
In the depths of the chamber, gazing up from the bottom of the pen, the dark servant inquires.
何かと物騒だからさ。頼りになる護衛が欲しかったんだ。
Shinji, a master, once again fails to contain his delight. He's so ecstatic that he blurts out an answer which can only be a lie. Interlude out. يا أخي هذا غبي ومعاق ذهنيا وحمار ومعفن وكلب
شايف
وكله.
نفسه يعني انه ممتاز.
By the time I leave the Chinese restaurant, it's nearly 4 p.m. I don't have any shopping to do, so I can just go home. Still, I can't ignore what Kotomini said. Cassar is still alive. Accordingly, people are still falling into comas. And on top of that, I'm surprised how well I took the news that Kotomini was a master all along. Now that I think about it, we've been at odds with each other from the moment we met. Maybe somewhere in my mind, no. On an even more primal level, I sense that we could clash with each other. Anyway, even Kotomini lost his servant, and I know he wouldn't be careless. There are three masters left. The Master of Assassin, who was lurking at Ryudo Temple, Archer's Master, Tosaka. Kawaii.
何ぼーっとしてるのよシロー、
うわーって
Basaka's no master. The little girl in front of me.
イリアなんだよいきなり飛びかかってきてびっくりするだろ
何よいきなりじゃないもん。さっきからずーっと呼んでるのにシローが気づかなかっただけじゃない。
Oh, I did notice something ringing in my ears for a while.
そのもしかして商店街からずっとか
そうだよシロー、難しい顔して歩いてるんだもん。邪魔しないように後ろから呼びかけたのに無視してどんどん進んでいっちゃうんだから。
いやそれは考え事をしてたからであってイリアを無視したわけじゃ。
それに公園にだって来なかったわ。私ずっと待ってたのに。
Alright. We had an unsaid agreement to meet again at the park this afternoon. I can't believe I forgot, even if Kotomini needed to talk to me.
すまん忘れてたごめんイリア
そう簡単に許してあげないんだから。私本当に怒ってるんだからね。
Ilya glares at me grumbly. What should I do? I missed her appointment and made her wait. Of course she'd be upset. She won't forgive me unless I show her how sincerely sorry I am. So I'll... Oh no! Choices. Do what she wants and make it up to her. Convince her to let it slide. Nah, invite her over as a guest. Time to invite Berserker's master. Oh, I know.
ايش تختار؟
Invite her over. هعزمها على الغدا. She might be feeling down because I made her wait, but I
Nice.
still have a chance to cheer her
イ
up.
リア提案がある
When in doubt on how to make bitches happy, just give him that Emiya cooking. The only thing better than an Emiya cook is Emiya cooking.
何よ簡単な言葉じゃ聞かないわよ。
あだから言葉じゃなくて態度で謝罪するイリア今からうちに来ないかそれなら温かいお茶とお菓子をご馳走できるんだけど
うちってシローのうち？
他にないだろ今なら誰もいなあいやセイバーはいるけど絶対にイリアを襲わせない公園じゃなくてさたまにはゆっくりお茶飲むのもいいんじゃないか
うん確かにちょっといいかもしれないけどシローのうちにお邪魔していい
يا
のかな
كيوت.
私。
いいも悪いもないそれにほらこの前はイリアの城を見せてもらったし
اي
今度はこっちの番だって言っただろ
うんそうだねそう言った。
Elia mutters as if persuading herself. Then she looks at me again.
私シローのうちに行っていいのかな。私はシローとキリツグを殺しに来たのよ。その私がシローのうちに上がっていいの？
She asks me in an emotionless voice. I can't possibly know the significance of her words. The Eisenberg girl came here to kill my old man. It's the reason she's been after my life, too. I've known that for a while now. Kritsugu betrayed the Eisenbergs. Then he threw everything away to live out his days in this town. Until I became a master, I had no inkling of the sacrifices he made. I doubt Ilya can forgive Kritsugu, and she probably sincerely means to kill me. But regardless, no, especially because of that, I think I should invite this girl to the Emiya house.
أظنك إني سمعت
今
كريستوفر
は
ثلاث
マスター
مرات
も何も関係な
في
い
نفس في نفس الثانية.
俺はイリアに遊びに来てほしいだけだ
I give Ilya a straight answer. يا اسطى إيمي هو الشخص الوحيد اللي ممكن يدي إجابة زي دي لسؤال زي ده في موقف زي ده. He truly is
Clueless.
built different. He's built stupid, but different. She stops breathing for a second, looking shocked.
ありがとう、お兄ちゃん。
She gives me a buoyant smile and hugs my arm.
よしちょっとだけ待っててくれイリアセイバーに話をつけてくれ
I roll up my sleeves and stare at the front door. Oh, look at that cute being.
シロ、頑張ってね。
She's so freaking cute, man. How can I be mad at her for killing us like 30 different times? How can I be mad at her for being the largest supplier of bad-ends in the entire video game, bro? Look at that.
Cute.
Very cute, bro. I mean, sure, she turned Shiro into a freaking puppet that one time and horribly tortured him, but you can't stay mad.
محمود، هذه مو بس قلبته بابت، هذه ابغى تقلبه مشروم بوتيتو.
كده انقلبنا مش بوتيتو في مرة.
يعني أكثر من مرة، يعني فرصة.
Ilya cheers me on with a wave. Here goes nothing. With encouragement like that, I need to do whatever it takes to convince Saber to approve this visit.
お断りします。
And she shoots me down within 1 second.
いや気持ちはわかるセイバーの言いたいことはちゃんとわかってるマスターをしかもバーサーカーのマスターを自分の陣地にあげるなんて自殺行為だって言うんだろわかってるそのあたりはちゃんとわかってるんだ、けどそれとは別で
いいえ、シロは分かっていません。相手はあのイリアスフィールですよ。彼女ほどのマスターならこの屋敷の欠点などいくらでも看破できますし、結界を壊すことさえ容易でしょう。にもかかわらずシロを自ら招き入れる。獅子心中の虫どころの話。
いやイリアは何もしないって約束したんだそれにバーサーカーだって連れてないし日が落ちるまでは戦わないって今のイリアはただの女の子なんだからそこまで目くじら立てることはないと思う
性別など関係ありません。だいたいシロは私に隠れてイリアスフィールと何をしていたのですか。あなたは彼女に殺されかかったのですよ。だというのに気にかけるなど人がいいというよりバカですかあなたは。
On one side, I understand Saber. He is built very stupid. On another side, it is specifically because he's built this stupid that he is able to reach through people's hearts. He's kind of like a depressed Goku. Or a mentally ill Goku. Or a PTSD-driven Goku. Who also doesn't actually like fighting. Okay, maybe he's only an idiot, but doesn't matter. Point is...
けど話してみるとイリアだっていいやつだぞ
شوف الكلام كيف مكتوب صغير يا كلام حقه كيف مكتوب صغير
يا الله.
من كتر ما هيدا حاسس انه حشرة وهي تناظر له كذا
あの子は善悪をまだ知らないだけでちゃんといいことと悪いことを教えてあげればだな
甘い。アインツベルンのマスターの言葉を信じるというのですかシローは。かの一族は聖杯を手に入れるためだけに存在するもの。約束など何事もなかったかのように破り捨てるに決まっています。
Saber, you have always been the ultimate best girl. However, I will not permit you to shit-talk Heavensfield's best girl. So please shut the fuck up.
そんなことない今のは言い過ぎだぞセイバーイリアはイリアだ アインツベルンがどんな奴らかは知らないが、一緒にして考えるな。
確かにその通りでした。シローの発言は正しい。
セイバー、それじゃあ。
まあ、あんな小声で主張されても説得力はありませんでしたが。
It's because of how angry she was, and that is that so wrong of me. يا اسطى كان خايف من كتر ما هي كانت سخنانة عليه.
النظرة.
لما كينج ارثر بجلالة قدره متعصب وسخنان عليك لازم تحترم نفسك. في غريزة جواك غريزة البقاء بتخليك تبقى بتتكلم وانت هادي كده وصوتك واطي. بس يا باشا يا باشا ابوس ايدك بس كده فاهمني بس اسمعني بس. والله النقطة بس يعني بس سعادتك يعني.
いいです。わかりました。今のままではレイジを使われかねませんから。
وين شيخ؟
シローが信じたイリアスフィールを私も信じるとしましょう。
セイバー。
ですが私は会いませんからね。イリアスフィールと対峙して私が冷静でいられるとは限りませんし、イリアスフィールとて私を前にしては身構えるでしょう。
まあ、そうだな。けど、それじゃあセイバーはどうするんだ？
以前使っていた客まで待機しています。万が一の時は駆けつけますから心配なさらずに。
うん、すまないセイバー。でもこれはその。
分かっています。あなたにキリツグと聖杯戦争の関係を話したのは私だ。ならばこうなることも覚悟しておくべきだったのです。
Saber sighs and goes off to the guest room. She truly is best girl. That makes sense. Yes, because she's best girl. They were Kurtsuko's servants last time. I wouldn't be surprised if she realized Ilia's relationship to Kurtsuko.
お邪魔します。ってここがシローのお家なんだ。
Ilia enters the house timidly despite her spirited greetings.
じゃあまずお茶にしよう。今に案内するからついてきてくれ。
はーい。あ、板張りの廊下だね。聞いてた通り日本の建物だ。
Ilia gawks in every direction while she walks. Well, it must be a pretty unusual sight for her since she lives in a castle.
はい、お茶。紅茶にしようと思ったんだが、それじゃ芸がないし、イリアのお城のものにはかなわないから日本茶にしといた。あ、苦かったら薄めるんで言ってくれ。
I hold out a second cup of hot water. I use the best green tea I have, so there shouldn't be any complaints about the flavor. It's just a matter of whether she prefers bitter or sweet tea.
うん。ありがとうシロー。いただきます。
Ilia sits down properly and takes a nervous sip of the tea. Ilia freezes. Figures I went out of my way, but maybe I should have just made her milk tea or
ご
something.
めん、苦かっただろ。入れ直すから無理しなくていいぞ。
そんなことないよ。結構なお手前でした。
Ilia bows and compliments me in the traditional manner. I wonder where she learned to do that. Then little by little she starts sipping the tea. I won't stop her if that's what she wants. Along with the tea, I present a collection of well-regarded Japanese sweets that we always have with tea. يا اسطى بيشربوا شاي الساعة 7 المفضل بتاعي. Once tea time is over, Ilia wants to explore the house.
いいけど、別に面白いことなんてないぞ。
いいの。ただ見たいだけなんだから。魔術的な価値がないのは入った時に分かったし、シローは案内してくれるだけでいいよ。
And so, I take Ilia on a walking tour of my house while she gives a running commentary.
思ったより狭いんだね。回廊のくせに片っぽはガラスだし、これじゃあ襲われた時に困るよ。
For instance,
これがシローの部屋？
ランサルジャールバロッカ。
こんなとこに人なんて住めないんだから。
And yet, for instance,
ここが庭？日本の魔術師は大変ね。こんな猫の額ぐらいのガーデンじゃ何も育てられないじゃない。
for instance,
知ってる。ここ道場って言うんでしょ。おじいさまが言ってたもの。連中は裸足で切り合う野蛮人だって。
for instance.
いや、物置の中なんて見たくない。そういうところは使用人に任せておけばいいんだから。
السيرفنت اللي انت تتكلمي عليه هو شيرو شخصيا بس اوكي.
قاعد هناك.
For
قاعد.
instance. انا حاسس بشيرو هو خلاص هينفجر بعد شوية. She sure has a lot to say about it all. Still, it looks like she's having fun.
ねえ、次はまだあっちの方行ってないよ。早く行こうしろ。
She hires me along.
はい。じゃあ次は裏側な。ここ数年使ってないから汚れてるけど気にしないでくれ。
Ilya runs down the hallway shouting excitedly. Damn, though. I don't know why she's so happy to be here, but that alone makes it worth the trouble. You got a good heart, Shiro. You're a really kind person. But in the middle of it, Ilya settles down and she just looks through the rooms. Maybe she's tired. Ilya goes through the rest of the house without saying a word. I give her the remainder of the tour, and then we're back in the living
こ
room.
れで終わり。離れもあるんだけど、そっちは勘弁な。今はセイバーが寝てるから。
From behind, she looks dispirited.
そっか。これで全部なんだ。
エリア？どうした？疲れたのか？
うん。ちょっと疲れちゃった。だって、誰もいないんだもん。
When she turns to look at me, she looks like a little girl her age. She's just Ilya, not a master.
私、復讐に来たのに、その相手がもういないのって、悲しいね。
She murmurs to herself. Silent tears fall down her cheeks. Oh, poor girl. يا اسطى بكل الهلك اللي بتهلكه كانت عايزة تشوف أبوها بس. هقتله 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 كانت عايزة تشوف أبوها بس. Oh.
あれ、おかしいな。私泣いてるみたい。怖いことも悲しいこともなかったのに。変だよね。
Ilya looks sincerely puzzled. There is a reason, of course. The person she resented for years isn't here in this house. She came here only with vengeance and murder on her mind and missed her chance to achieve closure. Ilias Veal von Eisenburn. She has her reasons for wanting to kill me and Kritsugo. And that would be...
行こう、シロ。そろそろ帰らないと日が暮れちゃう。夜になる前に別れないと戦いになっちゃうよ、私たち。
Ilias states that fact with a smile. What should I say to that?
そうだな。じゃあ公園まで送っていこうか。
シロ、ちゃんとレディーな扱い方分かってるじゃない。
Her smile is so innocent. Ilya runs to the front door like nothing happened, her silver hair swaying. And that's the third time I said farewell to her. My footsteps feel heavy on the way home. I take my time as if walking through the familiar town and streets for the first time. I have a lot to think about, and I've been made to realize how important Ilya is to me.
俺はイリアを。
Fight each other as masters. Or should I convince Ilya to quit this war?
とりわけマキリとアインツベルンの執念は深い。奴らの祈願は500年と1000年だ。
That's what Kutomini said. Is there a way to pull Ellie away from people who have been after the Holy Grail for such a long time? No, before even that. Right now I don't know how to set her free from her desire for vengeance. Well, you did start the right way to do it, but we'll see. I return to the Emiya's house. The sunset bathes the town in twilight.
よし、気を取り直していかないと。
I need to get my head back on straight. I clap my cheeks to clear my mind. I have to deal with Ellie and Shinji eventually. But the top priority right now is stopping Castor from attacking any more people. I won't let the tragedy of 10 years ago repeat itself. That's why I decided to be a master and fight with Saber. Sakura's shoes are at the entrance. Given the time, she must be back from the club practice.
ただいまってなんださくら寝ちゃってるじゃないか
I find Sakura asleep in the living room. She must be tired from her club activities. She's slumped over the table, or rather lying nearly supine on the tatami floor. She must be exhausted.
だよな風邪気味だっていうのに学校と部活おまけにうちの手伝いだもんなさくら頑張りすぎだ
I cross the living room, taking care not to wake her up. Then I bring a blanket from the bedroom.
毛布もかけないで寝たらまた風邪ひくぞ
I gently drape it over her so as to not disturb her. And Sakura looks up dreamily at me as if she isn't quite here. Something is different about her. It's like she isn't the Sakura I know who laughs and helps me in the kitchen while wearing an apron. There's something almost erotic about her that I've never seen. Basam! Basam!
يس انا معك انا معك.
さくら毛布持ってきたけど
I make excuses,
في شيء
failing utterly to hide how bothered I am.
في شيء
Suddenly,
متأثر.
something white coils smoothly around my neck. Damn,
اوه
we're about to mana transfer, bro. She is close enough to me that I can feel her breathing. Her fingers caress my neck and her feminine body fills my vision. Meaning no resistance. I mean, you'd be kind of sus if you resisted a very hot girl, bro. Like, what are you?
さくらちょっと
I can't breathe properly, nor form a sentence. Form a sentence, sorry. Even I can't form a sentence either. Sakura isn't fully awake. Her drowsy, almost intoxicated gaze is proof enough. So I should put a stop to this right now and pull away from her. I can't take my eyes off her body. I watch the way her hair flows down her neck. I'm drawn by the yearning gasps escaping her lips, by her bosom straining against her shirt. Oh. She went and grew up before I knew it, and now she's right in front of me. It's a dizzying sight. The hands around my neck grow a little firmer. Her face draws close. My will to resist slips away, captivated by those charming lips. My rational mind skids to a halt. Everything I forbid myself from thinking or noticing, all that boring, useless common sense crumbles away.
さくら
My heart pounds a thunderous rhythm. The beat is so palpable, it's almost painful. I can't think anymore. I'll just...
Shiro, 帰ってきたのですか?
خربته. انا كنت في اندماج.
What
كنت
the
احط
fuck?
الفيوجن.
See what the...
うわ
I leave it to the air. With speed and agility unlike anything I've ever achieved before, I stick the landing on the table.
素晴らしい動きです。しかしシロ、テーブルの上に乗るのはどうかと思うのですが。
そうだな。ちょっと気が動転してた。
I sheepishly get down from the table. As for Sakura, the arms she had around me are splayed out on the floor and she's fast asleep again.
シロ、顔が真っ赤ですが、何かあったのですか？視線も落ち着かないようですし、気にかかることでも。
لا مفيش ولا حاجة يا باشا، انت بس قطعتي لحظة ملحمية ومصيرية.
كان في قتال، كان قتال
أنا متأكد لو إحنا مش في الريال تانوا كان حصل حاجة هنا.
別に何でもない。それより道場に場所を変えよう。さくらを寝かせといてやりたいし、夕飯まで手合わせしたい。
いい心がけです、シロ。昨日の休息で私の体調も万全ですし、今夜の戦いに備えるとしましょうか。
Saber goes off to the dojo without questioning my suspicious behavior. Anyway, I'm safe for now. Saber may not have noticed, but I'm glad that the situation didn't go on any further, because I couldn't have resisted on my own. That is, if I'd laid a hand on Sakura while she was half asleep, the guilt would drive me to kill myself right here, seriously. Yes, consent is very important, bro. Always make sure to...
けど先輩、稽古もいいですけど、ほどほどにしないとダメです。突き指でも大変なのに、指の骨が折れかかるなんて普通じゃないと思います。
さくら、もうちょっとゆっくり包帯巻いてくれ。頼む。
痛いのは当たり前です。こんな怪我してるのに放っておいたら腫れるに決まってるじゃないですか。これも天罰と思って諦めてください。
Sakura tapes my middle finger tightly. Oh, middle finger, yes. She does it skillfully. She probably sees a lot of sprained fingers in the Kyoto Club. Still, she could be gentler about it.
それに、セイバーさんもセイバーさんです。先輩より上手なら、もう少しやりようがあるんじゃないですか？先輩、体のところどころが腫れ上がってて、これじゃお風呂にも入れません。
さくら、言葉を返しますが、それはシローが望んだことです。私はシローの要求に応えたに過ぎない。それに今夜の怪我はシローにも責任がある。自分から手合わせを願ったというのに、集中力が全くなかったのですから。
لا 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 رجعت بسكفير. Saber looks at me displeased. You have disappointed her. She's not even just mad, she's just disappointed, bro. I don't have any excuse for that.
هو كان جسمه عندك لكن عقله كان في
気
مكان
分でも
ثاني.
悪かったんですか？
عقله كان في زبه.
その不確かな気持ちのまま道場に入るなんて先輩らしくないですよね。
全くです。一体何に気を取られていたのですか、シローは。竹刀を握っても見ているのは食うばかりで、気迫が全く感じられなかった。
いや、それはその。
Sakura was on my mind, but I obviously can't say that. The memory alone is enough to speed up my heart.
先輩、まだ痛いところがあるんですか？
بوسها يا اسطى. سيب كل حاجة في الدنيا وبوسها. احضنها وبوسها دلوقتي. في اللحظة دي. Worried, Sakura leans in slightly.
いや、もう大丈夫だ。食いすぎで胃がもたれただけだから、お茶でも入れてくれれば助かる。
I splutter and back away from Sakura.
そうですね。それじゃあ食後のお茶入れてきます。
Sakura stands up to go to the kitchen counter. That almost gave me a heart attack. The sight of her sleeping in the living room is still burned into my memory, so having her come so close makes me really self-conscious.
セイバーさん、お茶でいいですか？
はい。ぬるめでお願いします。
Sakura briskly makes us tea. I should be used to seeing her from behind, but for some reason it feels so fresh. Yes, because you're so horny. Oh. Damn it, where is my mind going? All the right places, bro.
أوه.
Saber's right, I've been acting off for a while. Just seeing Sakura is enough to remind me of her sleeping form earlier and those soft, delicious lips. Damn, I'm pathetic. No, you're horny. You're a teenager, bro. It happens. Also, you're kind of in love with her, so even more understandable. She's precious family to me and someone who looks up to me. I don't know about that, bro. I'd say she looks at you alright, just maybe up to, not up. Why am I seeing her this way now? Because you're horny. You're a horny teenager, and so is she. Shit. دي أول مرة تقريبا يقول shit. I know damn well why. Sakura's ready, I've noticed that for a long time. But even knowing that, I've tried to interact with her and her alone as her senpai. I like Sakura. Before I knew it, I started taking her presence for granted. It gave me comfort. Not in a romantic sense, mind you. I've never wanted to be physically intimate with her. I know she's a girl, but I wasn't conscious of her as a member of the opposite sex. Except, it isn't because I don't think she is. But rather, I was just trying not to see her that way.
どうぞお茶入りました。
ああ、サンキュー、さくら。
どういたしまして。先輩も夕食ご苦労様でした。
Sakura smiles happily. That's just enough to cheer me up. Seems like she really enjoyed the pork meatballs with grilled vegetables that I made for dinner. Sakura sits down Saber's cup of tea, then returns to her seat at the table. Saber accepts the green tea, looking content to have tea after dinner.
いただきます。しかし、タイガはどうしたのでしょうね。ここのところ、彼女の姿はあまり見ませんが。
なあ、藤姉ならさっき連絡があって、今夜は来れないって。詳しくは聞けなかったけど、病院を回るとかなんとか言ってた。
تدري اليوم بسام لما فتحت فيت ستي نايت شفت ان انا قضيت فيها 136 ساعة اوريدي. This game is huge. عادي لسه ما ختمت اللعبة اوريدي قضيت فيها 136 ساعة. يعني مقارب للوقت اللي قضيته بالكامل فان فانسي ريبيرث.
そうですか。タイガはシローのくせに詳しいですから、もう少し話が聞きたかったのですが。仕方ありません。シローの強化は次の機会にするとしましょう。
もしかして昨日と今日の稽古はまだ序の口だったのかな、セイバー。
当然です。今までの鍛錬は単に今のシローができることを体で知ってもらっただけですから、シローの特性を生かした生存方法を考慮するのはこれからです。
そうか、ハードっぽいなそれ。
厳しいというのであれば厳しいですが、そもそも今までの鍛錬は準備運動に過ぎません。
うわ。
Really? I don't know whether or not to be grateful to Fujine for not coming over tonight.
何ですか今のため息は。シロ、これはあなたのためになることであって。さくら。
Saber looks at Sakura. I follow her gaze. Oh no. Sakura's breathing is labored. I rush over and grab her by the shoulders.
先輩、何でしょうか。
バカ、なんでしょうかじゃないだろう。お前、また俺たちに黙って無理よ。
Actually, she isn't. Sakura's shoulders aren't warm and she doesn't look tired. She just stares at me, confused.
あれ、今そのさくらが苦しそうにしてたから。
違いますよ。私、ちょっと寝ちゃってただけです。
She chuckles sheepishly.
脅かすな。昨日の今日なんだ。風がぶり返したと思っただろ。
すみません。今日は一日中眠くて。
مش الميموري حقه خلاص هتكون سكور
まぶたが落ちちゃうんです。
そっか。まあ夕方も寝てたしな。疲れてるならもう休んでいいんだぞ。後片付けは俺がやっとくから。
そうですね。それじゃあお言葉に甘えて先に失礼させてもらいます。
Sakura gives me a slight bow of thanks and leaves the living room. She looks steady on her feet, so maybe she really just didn't get enough sleep last night. Or the moon wanes. A strong wind brings the clouds that cover its pale brilliance. I step outside quietly to let Sakura rest. It's 10 p.m. We're starting our patrol early to make up for yesterday. After we beat Caster, I got complacent and that led to more innocent casualties. If she's still alive and going after more civilians, then I need to settle this for good tonight. Oh, you poor idiotic soul. We go down the hill and arrive at the intersection. The question is where to go from here.
シロ、サーバントの気配です。
Oh?
それ近いのか、セイバー。
距離的には問題ありません。シロの足を考慮しても全力で追跡すれば5分ほどで追いつけます。マスター、指示を。
Saber's asking me whether we should pursue or observe the enemy. I don't even need to think about it.
先導してくれ、セイバー。
Saber starts running. It looks like she's headed east toward the big bridge connecting Miyama and Shinto. The instant I step foot into the park, I am assailed by a nauseating aura. The air feels tainted. A rotting odor reaches my nostrils. Just being here is enough to turn my stomach. Light dizziness and discomfort in my throat tears at my consciousness.
シロ、あれを。
I fight down the nausea and look across the park. There, I see
エミヤ君？
Tosca and Archer, their backs to us, and
どうやら新手が来たようじゃな。
the old man Matos Zoken. One look is enough to understand the situation. Tosca and Zoken are fighting. Dozens of small indistinct things are scattered at Tosca's feet. Several times their numbers surround Archer. Zoken must be using some kind of magecraft to attack them.
おう、誰かと思えばセーバーのマスターか。いやはや、これはしたり。助っ人を用意しておくとは当社の娘にしては頭が
そんなわけないでしょ。あんたを押さえつけて白状させるのなんて私とアーチャーだけで十分よ。あそこにいるのはただの観客。私とは関係ないんだから。
Tosca stays focused on Zoken, not paying us a second thought. Or so I expected.
あんた何やってんのよ。こんな時にやってくるなんて死にたいの。
She hisses a fresh round of complaints at me.
シロ、
分かってる。今は遠坂たちと争ってる場合じゃない。
I feel danger from the old man just as Tosca won't take her eyes off him. He's a monster that lives off human blood. A descendant of the Makuris trying to acquire the Holy Grail and the person who made Shinji into a master. I can't just stand aside and let this fight play out.
隠しておきたかったが仕方あるまい。わしとてサーバントを2体敵に回しては生き残れんからの。
The cane in his hand rings out with a thud. He plants his arcane-looking cane into the brick ground. What? And instantly something that should be dead appears to defend the old man.
キャスター。くそ。本当にまだ残っていやがったのか。
シロ、下がって。あれはキャスターですが、キャスターではありません。外装能力はそのままですが、意志である魂を感じない。あれはキャスターの死骸を別のもので補っただけの模造品です。
Saber steps forward, invisible sword at the ready.
ほう、さすがはセーバー。一目でわしのからくりを見抜きおったが。いやはや、これでは信じ程度のライダーがかなわんのも道理。キャスターもなすすべなくお主に敗れたように、 そこのアーチャーとてお主の敵ではあるまい。
向上はそれだけか。我らを図った罪だけではない。敵同士とはいえキャスターとてサーバントに選ばれた英霊だ。その亡骸をもてあそぶからには相応の覚悟があるのだろうな。
さて、わしは使われなくなったものを拾っただけよ。それを下道というのなら構わんがな、セイバー。それではお主の行く末はその下道にも劣ってしまうぞ。何しろその身は最高のサーバントならば、このようなムクロよりお主を屈服させるが最上じゃ。その体を我が虫どもに食わせ、そこなムクロと同じ命運をたどらせよ。
貴様。
何を憤る。所詮サーバントなど主の道具、どのように刺激するかなど問題ではあるまい。霊樹で縛られるも死してなお使われるも同じならば、心ない人形と化すがうぬらのためであろう。
Both servants charge. As if on an unspoken agreement, Saber and Arsha race towards to cut the cackling fiend. Two blade gusts descend upon Caster. The result was obvious from the start. Caster can't beat Saber. Even if Zokin pulls her strings, her disadvantage is still clear. Unscathed by Caster's magecraft, Saber finishes off her opponent for the second time. The dead servant's husk collapses. Saber stands over Caster's remain, observing her final moments. She makes absolutely sure that Caster has gone back from whence she came, so that her corpse will never be misused by a mortal mage. That's Tosca's voice. I turn to see that Zokin has disappeared. He must have sacrificed Caster as a distraction to aid his escape. But... Saber saw it coming and was ready for Caster. Arsha was never after Caster to begin with. He was focused on her puppeteer instead. Without hesitation, he cleaves through Zokin's body. Zokin's upper body crumbles to the ground. I hear a slithering sound. The old man, missing his body from the waist down, slithers along the ground, leaking some gruesome substance.
過去からの経験でな、お前のような妖物は早めに処理することにしている。
Arsha's short sword cuts upward in a second arc. That'll finish off Zokin. No matter how immortal he is, he'll die if you crush his head. He was already on the verge of death anyway. Without natural healing abilities like those of a servant, severe wounds hasten his death by the second. Arsha goes in for a second blow to make absolutely certain the mage is dead. No, he tries to, but freezes in his tracks. Arsha isn't the only one who senses it. Everybody here does. Tosaka and Saber, Arsha and I. Even the dying Zokin trembles in astonishment at its sudden appearance. Oh, it's gonna appear, isn't it? The park becomes inky black. The damp air freezes over instantly. Even my pounding heart begins to slow. Something bad is nearby. I have to run. I can't be around it. My body understands this even better than my brain, but it rejects my commands to flee. It knows that running is futile. It rules out escape as an option because there is no getting away once you run into that thing. I tremble, my paralyzed neck begins to move. My eyes track to the park entrance. There stands a shadow. Oh, musica jadida, di.
Spoiler.
Space twists. I'd like to believe that I'm just hallucinating, that I'm losing my grip on reality due to extreme distress. Whatever that is, I've never seen anything like it. The shadow stands there, upright and ethereal. It seems light enough to be blown away by a breeze, but its gravity is more commanding than anything else here. It has no intellect, no reason, it isn't even a living creature. The black shadow stays where it is, piercing the night like a skyscraper. And for some reason, I find the sight nostalgic.
ありえん。
I hear a hoarse, wizened voice. The only person who manages to talk is the dying old man.
ありえん。ありえん。
He crawls away wailing. Zokinmato flees from Archer's sword and leaves the park as fast as he can. It isn't because he had stamina to spare. It's simple. His wholehearted fear of the sinister shadow was enough to whip his wasted carcass into action. Nobody can move. Tusk and I tremble. Saber and Asha are frozen still as if mesmerized by something. It's a monster of the deep sea. In the completely stopped silent world, only the shadow sways. And for the first time, it shows signs of having a will. It has no eyes, no limbs, no body. And yet a shadow stretches out from its feet. It casts a long, long shade under the moonlight. Slowly it turns to point at Tosaka like a snake that's just discovered prey. Tosaka can't move. She hasn't noticed the change in the shadow. Saber's too far. Archer starts running. The shadow stretches. Suddenly and without warning, it covers dozens of meters.
大阪危ない
I frantically shove her aside. I can't hear her voice. The instant I push Tosaka, something incomprehensible swallows me. I hear a splash and feel something crushing my body. So my hunch wasn't wrong. A torrent of liquid, like having a dump truck emptied on me, submerges me from head to toe. I'm into the deep ocean now. But it's hot. This is way too hot for seawater. It's boiling cool tar. It sticks to my skin, shutting me off from my basic life functions rather than being underwater. It's like... لحظة شاف البيزمنت. I feel nauseous, repulsed. Nauseous. Repulsed, nauseous. My body melts. My mind dissolves. My soul comes apart. Dark fingers encircle me. Tendrils seize me with bottomless greed, leaving no opening to escape. My body sinks into the black mud. I sink endlessly. The ocean surface grows distant. The grip gently tightens, capturing me in total embrace. My limbs are gone. I become part of the inky blackness, falling to my final resting place in the deep. Didn't? Oh? What? Huh? بس أنا ما عملتش أي choice.
اوه دي من الاشياء اللي تسويها من بدري.
ليش التايجر توجه شكله غريب يعني. والله توقعت. ما ظبطت ساكورا بما فيه كفاية عشان كان قاعد أحاول أجيب الجود مش الترو اندنج كبداية. قاعد أخفف الاختيارات حقت ساكورا.
هاي مينا 久しぶりね。
فهمت بسام؟
してた？
يب
タイガー道場第3部が始まるよ。さて今回のデッドエンドはズバリ愛情の欠如。あるヒロインの好感度が一定値に達していないとここで強制的にデッドエンドになる仕組みよ。このエンドを迎えた君はちょっと優しさが足りないぞ。仮に例えばの話だけど風邪で寝込んじゃった女の子をほっぽっといて夜中に出歩くのはどうかと思うわ。
أبو تغششني حتى السين
そのあたりを
فين.
踏まえて 6日目あたりからやり直してみるといいかも。それじゃあ次のタイガー道場で待ってるよ。
Hi, hi. No. Fine. Load chart time.
الآن ترجع من وراء الدور.
مش محتاج ادور كتير لان انا عارف فين.
آه.
ごちそうさまでした。
ごちそうさまでした。あ、そうだ、確か。
Best. I bought some dorayaki the other day on impulse. They're little pancakes filled with red bean jam. I had them so that Fujine wouldn't eat them right away, but nearly forgot about them too.
先
بدأت
輩
أجوع.
冷蔵
أوه
庫
الوقت
開け
اتأخر
て
شت.
何するんですか？
أوه عايز أقول لك
ちょっとな。さくらに少しだけお返ししようと思って。
I dig through the lowest part of the refrigerator beneath all the
Okay.
vegetables. It's a hiding place I've used for years, burying the treats deep enough that Fujine won't find them, but not so deep that they won't be discovered before their expiration date.
あれ先輩、どうして野菜入れから江戸前屋さんの紙袋が出てくるんですか？
Sakura stares at the paper bag with a mixture of surprise and anticipation. By the way, Idomiya is a bakery in the shopping district. They are famed for their teriyaki buns, dorayaki pancakes, and takoyaki octopus bites. The prices are low enough that even kids can afford to eat there, and it's incredibly popular with the students at our school thanks to their customer service and generous portion of red bean jam. On top of that, I know Sakura is very fond of their teriyaki.
いっぱい入ってますね。てっきりじゃがいもを補充したのかなって思ってましたけど。
なあ、そういう風にカモフラージュしたんだよ。隠した俺も忘れそうだったんで、人参使い切ったら出てくるようにセットしといた。
I take out the ticking time bombs as far as Fujine is concerned.
そんなわけで、食後のお茶受けは江戸前屋のどら焼きにしよう。あ、それとも3時の間食にした方。昼食べたばっかりだし、さくらもセイバーもしばらく食欲ないだろ。
In any case, I bought the bag of dorayaki on a tray so that we don't forget about it.
先輩はお腹いっぱいなんですか？
いっぱいだよ。昼飯うまかったから2食分は食べたし、ちょっとしばらくは腹減らないかな。
そうですよね。私もそうだと思ってま
كانت
した。
تبغى تاكل دحين.
お楽しみは後に取っておくということ。
後にするのですか？私は十分余力を残していますが。
عليك ذي كيف طلعت بسام.
なんだ
ظهرت ظهرت
セイバーはまだ食欲あるんだ。さくらと同じくらい食べたのにすごいな。
食欲というよりは興味です。糖分は分かりやすい活力源ですし、どら焼きという和菓子は初めて聞くものですから。
Now I get it. Saber is European, so desserts such as dorayaki and yukon must be curiosity.
じゃあお茶受けとして出すよ。セイバー一人で食べきれる量じゃなし、余った分を3時のおやつに回せばいい。
先輩、つかぬことをお聞きするんですけど、買ってきたどら焼きは何個くらいなんでしょうか？
ん？確か5つだったかな。1人1個が基本で、残ったのは半分にして分けるか、余裕のあるやつに食べてもらう気でいたけど。
なるほど。その計算では最大で3つ食しても良いと。
けどこんな甘いもん3つも食ったら胸焼けするぞ。まあセイバーなら3つぐらい食べられるだろうけど。
I take the tray back to the living room to show my appreciation for the two people doing the bulk of the cleaning. I ready the dorayaki and tea.
終わりました。それがどら焼きですね、シロ。
え
She's already here. Saber's seated on a cushion and eyeing the tea tray hungrily. Sakura also finishes washing the dishes and gracefully sits down with
さ
us.
くらどうした？なんかあったのか？
何もないです。私、先輩と一緒でお腹いっぱいですから。
I don't really get it, but I pour 3 cups of tea anyway.
それではいただきます。
Saber السعادة حقتها. With a brief formality, Saber reaches for the dorayaki. The bout is over in an instant. After a hesitant first bite, Saber wordlessly takes a second, then a third bite of the dorayaki. The sweetness doesn't seem to bother her, and she continues unabated until she completely devours the first dorayaki.
なるほど。単純な料理ですが、お茶に合う味ですね。
She takes another graceful sip of tea, then reaches unerringly for the second dorayaki. Sakura anxiously watches this all happen. Wait, Sakura fidgeting because...
確かに、これは食後の口休めとはいきませんね。
Oh, feed them off! Saber munches on a second treat, then reaches for a third.
待ったセイバー、やっぱり食べるのは2つでやめといてくれ。
はい。元より余る分を受け持っただけですから、それは構わないのですが。残りはシロが食べるのですか？
俺とさくらで食べるよ。俺が1個、さくらが1個で、最後の1つは
I tear the third dorayaki in
こう
half.
して分けようかなった。さくら、これぐらい食べられるだろ？
はい、もちろんです。今すぐにでも食べられます。
And get a give Shiro. I knew it. Sakura was trying to be polite. She's always ready for a dorayaki or two.
じゃ、俺たちも食べようか。セイバーの食べっぷりを見てたら食欲出てきた。
はい、賛成です。
شيري يعرف ايش
簡単に
يحصل
片
في
付けちゃ
بطنه.
いますね。
Hey, يعرف يقرا ساكورا بسهولة. ما عدا لما يكون الموضوع مهم يسوي نفسه حمار. Sakura picks up a dorayaki enthusiastically. She loves dorayaki, though not quite as much as taiyaki.
けど、
Of course, I'm happy as the person who bought them, but I hope Sakura doesn't regret this this moment on the bathroom scale later. After my break, I feel much better. My fever seems to have been due to fatigue, so I'm back to my normal after resting for half a day. أسجل على هنا. And we shall end it here today because I have work.
بورك.
Screw me, I have work. Such is sadness, such is life.
لا رجل.
And so, fields shall remain at peak. عرفت العنوان الجاي يا بسام. Fields remain at peak. العنوان الجاي fields shall remain at peak.